I stopped tutoring my niece for free after her mother told the school I was basically her real teacher, so why pay for one? So, some background. My sister Renee has 3 kids, and her youngest, Maya, has always struggled in school. Not because she's not smart, she's actually really sharp, but she just has a hard time sitting still long enough to focus, and her school doesn't have great resources for that. 2 years ago, Renee asked if I could help Maya with math and reading a couple nights a week. I said sure. I'm a high school English teacher, so it felt like the obvious thing to offer. I wasn't going to charge my own niece. For a while, it was genuinely nice. Maya would come over on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. We'd do homework together, work on reading comprehension. I'd help her break down math problems in a way that clicked for her. She started doing better. Her teacher sent home a note at the end of 3rd grade saying Maya had made the most improvement of any student in the class. Renee texted me that night, so excited, all these exclamation points. Said she didn't know what she'd do without me, and I believed her. That was the problem. By the time Maya hit 4th grade, Renee had started treating our sessions less like a favor and more like a service. She'd schedule play dates and dentist appointments on Tuesday evenings and then ask if I could shift to Saturday. She stopped checking whether the days worked for me and just started telling me what time she'd drop Maya off. Once she showed up 45 minutes early without warning because she had a thing. I had just gotten out of the shower. I said something about it, gently, and Renee said, "You're home, it's fine, it's not like you're working. I am literally a teacher. I had essays to grade, but I kept going because Maya was doing well, and I didn't want to disrupt that." Then in February, Maya's school had a parent-teacher conference. I wasn't there, obviously, but Renee came home and called me, and she was in a great mood. Apparently, Maya's reading level had jumped almost 2 full grades. Her teacher, a woman named Mrs. Calloway, asked what had changed, and Renee told me exactly what she said. I told her you were basically Maya's real teacher, so why pay for one? I was quiet for a second. She laughed like it was a compliment. I asked her to say it again. She did, still laughing. I said, "Renee, do you hear what you just said to me?" She goes, "What?" I was just telling her the truth. "You're literally more helpful than her actual teachers." I said, "You told her school that I've basically been doing their job for free, and you framed that as a reason you don't need to invest in Maya's education." She said I was being sensitive, that it was just a throwaway comment, that Mrs. Calloway didn't care. I said, "I care." She got quieter then, kind of shifted into this tone she does where she acts more confused than defensive, like she genuinely doesn't understand what the problem is. She said, "I just meant that we're lucky to have you. That's it. Why are you making this weird?" I told her I wasn't making it weird. I told her I'd been coming over twice a week for almost 2 years, rearranging my schedule, buying workbooks with my own money, spending my evenings after a full day of doing exactly this at a job I actually get paid for. And the way she'd summarized all of that to someone at Maya's school was why pay for one. She said I was twisting her words. I said, "I'm going to take a break from tutoring Maya for a while." Long pause. How long is a while? I told her I didn't know yet. She said Maya was finally doing well, and it was really unfair to pull that away from her right now. I said I understood that, and I also wasn't willing to keep showing up somewhere I'd been described as a free substitute. I told her that if she wanted to find a paid tutor, I was happy to give her recommendations. She hung up. That was 5 weeks ago. Renee hasn't called me since. My mom said I handled it wrong, that I should have just let it go, that Renee didn't mean anything by it. My dad stayed out of it. 2 of my cousins texted me separately saying Renee told them I abandoned Maya right when she needed me most. I don't know if Maya is getting any help right now. I genuinely hope she is. But I also know that the second someone tells another adult that the reason they don't need to pay for something is because they have me for free, I've stopped being a person and started being a resource. Maya hasn't been back on Tuesdays in 5 weeks.